probably should set the microphone over where they can hear it.
They would probably appreciate
It crashed over here.
I remember someone, not remember who it was, but someone was quarantined and they were commenting that all of, it's like wrapped around the
Is that what the problem is?
and all of the videos in this class, all they could do was like they could hear me talking and like answering the questions and like making random.
Well, you realize they're listening right now, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Increasing. We're looking where it's increasing. Where does it start increasing again? Right here? What value? What x value is that?
3.
That's 4.
1, 2, 3.
Dang it.
Okay. How far does it increase?
Over
To here?
7.
7.
It's hard to count those.
It is. But there are 10 squares, and sometimes you can go backwards.
That is very smart.
Okay. Is it anywhere else? Is it increasing?
No.
Okay. Now what I want to know is, where is it decreasing? As I go from the left to the right, is it decreasing going down?
Yeah.
So -5.
Okay.
Or
So
x as well.
we start at -5 and go to 3. Now what?
Start at 7, so go to infinity.
7 to infinity because it has an arrow.
Yeah.
Does everybody agree?
Yeah.
Everybody, we're only writing down x. We're basically looking at the y and writing the x values, right? Now, where is it constant?
-9.
-9.
Oh, wait.
It has to be a parenthesis on the bracket.
A parenthesis, because it's open circle.
Yeah. I remember this.
-9 to what?
I think it's 7.
Okay. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Now, each one of these got a parenthesis because, like right here at this point,
The line of infinity.
I don't know if it's constant or increasing. I don't know because it changes at that point. So it kind of does both, so that's why I put a parenthesis. The only time I would put a bracket is if this had been an open or closed circle right here. Other than that, it's a parenthesis everywhere. And we're not going to get bogged down in this assignment with parentheses or brackets. What I'm looking for is, do you know where it's increasing? Do you know where it's decreasing? Do you know where it's constant? Okay, that is the first thing we're going to do. Now, is everybody okay with that? Everybody's good. Now we're going to use the same picture and we're going to determine what we call a maxima or a minima.
Why is it maxima and not maximum?
Just a minute.
It's like ammonia and ammonium depends on how much hydrogen you have.
It is because we have what we call relative maximums and absolute maximums, or relative minimums and relative maximums, because they are not, for instance, this is a minimum, but it's called a relative minimum, because if I look at the graph, it is not the lowest point it would ever hit. Because it goes on to negative infinity. And that's why it's a maxima and a minima. Because it's not really a maximum. Does that make sense to you all? So what we're basically looking for is in that piece of the graph, where is the minimum or where is the maximum? For instance, okay, so for our minimum, we said this, which our maximum and minimums are points. Okay? So it's going to be 3, -4? Do you agree with that? Now you might see it written when x is 3, y is -4. That's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see that, don't let that get you. All right, now, a maximum. This point right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, -5, 6. That is a maximum. It is also the absolute maximum. Because for the graph, is at the absolute highest point. All right? You don't have to put that. You don't have to acknowledge that. I'm just telling you that's what it is. This is a maxima because it's called what they call a relative maxima. Meaning for that piece of the graph, it's the highest point. Does that make sense to you? So what would this one be?
So we have to write both of them?
7, 5. Does that make sense to you on max and min? Because when it asks for maxima or minima, it means any that are highest for that part of the graph. They're called relative, meaning for that group, that's the highest point or lowest point. Does this make sense to you all?
Yeah.
Are you good, or do we need a little bit more?
Good.
You think you're good? Do you think you understand what we're doing? Okay.